to Connect with Christina, and you're gonna enjoy this episode. Alongside me, super excited, attorney Maeve Lozoya is here with us.
Hi, Christina.
And everyone else. Also, I just noticed, guys, I still have this is from a beach club in Italy. And it's been 2 weeks, but I guess I've been showering.
Take it off.
I need scissors. Anyway, all right. But back to you, lovely lady. I have to share with the whole world all the things that made you today because I think you're awesome.
That's a lot.
I know. We have time. So first of all, kind of share your firm first and what all you do.
So
before I start with my questions.
So I run my own firm, Lozoya Law. It's named after me. I am licensed in New Mexico in the District of Columbia. I handle personal injury. I do general civil litigation, some immigration. So it's just me and my paralegal. We just make it work.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you're fully back in Arizona now.
Yes, I'm just pending admission for the Arizona State Bar. So that's just any day now, just waiting on it. And then it's
go time.
It's go time.
But okay, your car accident. I didn't know you were in one.
Yeah.
How, may I ask, what that was like?
Yeah, my husband got mad. I say it as a jokingly because I was driving his car that day. So my husband and I are car people. Uh-huh. We're total Honda heads, Acura heads. We love them. So I was driving his car that day, and I was going to work, but of course I had to make my daily Starbucks stop. Mm-hmm. And so he told me, babe, be careful, just, as he would do every morning, babe, just be careful. Let me know when you get to work. And so I want to say it's like 2018. And so I was in his car and someone ran a red light. I saw them with just enough time to move so they didn't hit me on my driver's side door. So they hit the passenger or the driver's side rear. But it did spin my car. Did get knocked out for a little bit. My airbags went off and everything. But I recall it in detail because, as we all know in personal injury, there's almost always a liability dispute sometimes. So, the claim was that I ran the red, but I'm like, no, because there was a Glendale fire truck sitting in the left-hand lane on a red waiting to turn. But yeah, so my husband...
try again.
Yeah, so try again. Took 2 weeks, but so that was the first one. My husband was really upset because it was his car. It was his baby.
How dare you?
The upgrades and everything we did. But the crazier thing about it is that if you were looking at it from the passenger side and the front side, you never would have known it's an accident. The only damage it had was to the back driver's side door, obviously the airbags, and then the trunk because I got spun and I hit the traffic light in me. But otherwise, my husband wanted to keep it. I'm like, they're not going to let you keep it.
Right.
So, but we got to take
my guardian angel protected
He did. He's
me.
like, didn't I tell you to be careful? I'm like, I didn't run the light. So
it wasn't my fault.
Right. I didn't run the light. But I mean, I have been on both sides of the coin. I've had health insurance. I have not had health insurance in both of the accidents. So that was in 2018. It was just me in that accident. So recovered from that. So after that one, we actually went down to the dealer where we bought that car and bought the exact same year, make, and model, just a different color.
You love it.
It was a Honda Civic 2015 SI. Our daughter wants one. She's like, we have to find me one. And I'm like, I don't want to talk about you driving yet. You're close, but can we hold on? So crazy.
Slow it down.
So 13 months later, I'm driving the red Civic and we're third car in a 3-car accident. And so my husband told me I wasn't allowed to drive the Civics anymore. I said, I agree. Not a problem. But my babies were in that one. Right. And so it wasn't as bad as the first one.
Thank goodness.
But it took a while. But I mean, I think in that one I ended up having to have surgery on my wrist. They were stick shift cars. So my hand was on the gear shift. So as soon as the impact hit, it kind of, bent my wrist back.
I get so happy when people know how to drive stick shift because I know how. I learned.
It's the best thing ever.
Yeah, I haven't in a while, but I know.
All right, so I'll have to bring the Integra out, and you'll have to. We don't bring the Integra out except for when it's cold because.
But don't
it's too hot.
take me to San Francisco on the hill.
I'm not taking you to San Francisco.
I don't know if I could do that.
No, I wouldn't even drive that. No, I've seen the hills in video. I don't think I would.
Yeah,
but so David was the one that helped me through those because I'm like.
Yeah.
I got to deal with everything else.
But it is interesting, though, to share. You're right. It's different to actually have gone through that.
Yeah.
It just gives you more depth, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It helps to explain to my clients, because I tell my clients, I'm going to pick on myself because I'm not ashamed of it. I'm going to be transparent and explain, it helps me to break things down for them, because as we know in PI, it takes a lot to get clients essentially to walk them back from the ledge, because once you're in an accident, it really disrupts your life. And so, some people may be able to get back to work easily. Some people can't. So they're essentially placed into a hardship that they don't know how long it's going to take to get out of. And so, then as attorneys, we come in and we look at your coverages. And as soon as we get those, I'm like, oh man, like I wish you had this, because, but then I joke to my husband as well that I should probably be an insurance agent, because I always tell my clients, hey, just in case you might want to look at these other coverages. And I don't know, most of my clients have ended up going to get back, going and adding some of those coverages. I'm like, I should really be an insurance agent. But it helps to relate, because, with my firm, the 3 core values we have are excellence, integrity, and solutions. So coming from a paralegal background, I have a hard time turning off the paralegal mindset. So my paralegal will tell me, hey, I've already got that, but I'm going, hey, let's do this together. She's like, no, I've got it. But then excellence is that, and I apologize if this may sound rude or anything. I'm not knocking on you. I've worked for a lot of firms here, but what I have experienced, not only just in general in life, most people don't operate in excellence anymore. It's quick, fast, and in a hurry. And so I prefer to, I'll let the clients maneuver as much as possible, but I have no qualm in telling them that is not a good idea. And so that's in order to provide them the solution they want and operate in that integrity and that excellence, to know that at the end of the day, we are on the same page and we have done everything that we can do to reach the best resolution possible, because I can't get you back to where you were, but I'll get you back as close as I can. Right. That's what I operate on, because I feel like some of those things have been lost. And it's important for potential clients to understand that we know that they're people, and we know that they have lives, and we know that their lives have been disrupted. And so that's what I stand on, because my life was disrupted and I know the process. I'd been doing it for 6 years already.
Well, plus when you have, the kids too, it's like how I always kind of say, it's like, having to show up for treatment that you need, you need to get better. It's like having a part-time job, but you don't get paid for it, and
being a mom. It's a full-time job, but the payment is, growing up, having my kids grow up and realize that they can reach after anything.
Right.
And so that's important. So while we don't let our kids have everything, you got to earn it.
That's huge.
You definitely know that, everything's earned. You might get some things just because we're mom and dad, but we're not going to, we're not going to allow certain things to stand.
Right. Well, plus, again, being an example and the way that you're raising them, I mean, you're setting them up to succeed. You know? So, but Miss Insurance Agent.
I feel like I should.
I'm telling you that's something we're all passionate about. Like, it's because it's the one way to be preventative and like to educate people. Because this is what I say. Yeah. Everyone thinks they're covered. Everyone.
Until
I'm fully covered. And then they get in an accident that they didn't ask for, and sometimes it's their fault, happens. Then you're like, oh, I thought I was covered. Right? And so I never stop asking our attorneys and people to share that and emphasize it. Like, so go ahead, tell them what they need.
So when I hear clients say, well, I have full coverage, and I actually tell them full coverage is not a real thing. I tell them full coverage is a term that has been given and accepted when you have additional things on your policy. So while we know Arizona requires liability, and you have to remember that the people on the road are not looking out for you. Their carrier's not looking out for you. So when you get offered uninsured motorist, underinsured motorist, comprehensive, collision, medical payments, really
first party rental.
First party rental. When you look at those and you go, I can't afford it, you need to consider that someone else on the road is not looking out for you. So is it worth it to have that extra coverage and know that if somebody hits you and they don't either have enough or they don't have anything at all, you're still able to be compensated? Unfortunately, I have had to drop clients, that come in, we do our investigation, and I have to tell them, you don't have these coverages. I can't help you.
Yeah. You want to.
I want to, but there's nothing I can do. There's no coverage here and you don't have the coverages. Unfortunately, this is what we have to do. But I think it's a misnomer about full coverage. It's not really a thing. It's an adaptation of what we call those extra coverages on your policy. So I know my carrier, they write high policies. I've maxed out because I have exhausted my own UIM and MedPay twice, and I carry pretty high limits.
Right.
But if you're considering, do I really need this? The answer is yeah. Even if it's the basic bare minimum, something's better than nothing.
Don't do just liability. Please.
No.
No.
Because that means you're looking out for somebody else. You already have to do that, but you're not looking out for yourself and they're not looking out for you either. So that's what I explain. And,
not too long ago, it was like a 15, 20? I don't forget.
Arizona, I think we upped
it did go up.
In 2019, we used to be at 1530. Now we're at 25,000, 50,000.
Right. But my point is, even that, because people are like, you need to know that you can up those.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, we understand, like, the cost is an issue.
Yeah.
But in your opinion, hardworking people, like, if they can bump it up a little bit, what do you suggest it to be?
Actually, I would say if you can't afford the higher per person per accident, I would definitely consider at least the minimum across the board. So your liability, get your get your UIM, and get your MedPay. Those are the things I would. Comprehensive and collision, I mean, we can tend to work around those, unfortunately. That's the property damage side. But really what is the important part is a car can be replaced, but your body and your life can't. So when you're looking at your policy and you're going, oh, I don't need this, I don't need that, rethink it and think of it through, as I said earlier, perspective is the key. So when you're out driving around, you might not cause an accident, but somebody not paying attention could cause damage to you.
And they might not have insurance.
And they may not have anything. So if you carry, the medical payments, you carry the the uninsured and underinsured, you're looking out for yourself. And that's how I look at it. So I may not cause an accident, but one day somebody could hit me. And if I don't have enough to care for myself, they're not looking out for me. So I've got to look out for me and my family.
Yeah. And for sure, for me, the first party rental, just because you and I know some people, it's like they're so... And I get it. You're concerned that you need to be able to go to work to pay bills and all that stuff. But how long has the longest time frame where you're like your client didn't have first party and they waited? It's been crazy. Like, some people wait so long.
So with the rental side, what I see is either you have it or you don't. And the problem with that is if you don't opt in for that rental almost immediately, let's say your car gets totaled within 3 days. Well, you generally may not be able to get your rental. If you have first party, you can, but you're responsible for it now because they generally won't cover it. That's how I've always understood it, at least a third party. But it really comes down to if you don't have first party rental and you're expecting the person that caused your accident to cover it, it's important to know that once your car is repaired or once you get the total loss offer, they're going to expect that rental back in a very quick amount of time. So it's important to, if you pay for it out of pocket, keep all of your receipts, because as attorneys, we can try and get that back for you. It may not be dollar for dollar, but what I do tell my clients with regards to property damage, deductible, things like that, is as long as if you're not found to be at fault, and this is for obviously New Mexico. I know it's similar here to Arizona. So if you're found to not be at fault, you'll get your deductible back, but it's going to take time because they've got to figure it out and fight it out if necessary. Because some clients are hesitant to use their own coverage. Well, I didn't cause it. It wasn't my fault. I understand that. But it's your choice. You can either get your property damage done now with your carrier and let the insurance companies fight it out, or you can wait and you don't know how long it's going to be, and you're going to end up being maxed out on that rental or whatever.
It gets ugly.
It can get really nasty. Yeah. Especially when liability disputes are involved.
And also, I want it to be a marker out there that at Connect with Christina, we're about to have our first attorney that's also going to be an insurance agent. Just kidding.
No, I feel like I feel
kidding.
like I do enough job to kind of give them no.
Hey, but it's good that you know that much so you can help them for the next time too.
Yeah.
Because I guess the last thing I want to say about insurance is it's something that you hope never to use it, but it better be there in case. But when it does happen, you also need to want to use it because you've been putting into it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right? I mean, think about people who have been paying insurance since, say, I don't know, age 16, 17, and then they get in their first accident at age 50, and then they're hesitating to use it. Like, come on, guys, I'm gonna tell on you and send you to her.
And that's why I tell my clients when they're hesitant to use uninsured or they're underinsured, I'm like, this is what you pay for. You're paying the premiums for this. You have a right to use it.
And there's this thing too, where it's like, and you can educate with that. It's like, oh, well, if I use my insurance goes up. But if you're not at fault and
generally, so in New Mexico, that's pretty much, and I believe it's industry standard. So since I'm not licensed here yet, this isn't legal advice for Arizona, but it's my understanding that even here, having my own accidents, is that as long as you're not at fault, your insurance rates can't go up. You pay for those coverages. But generally, like in New Mexico, if there's a split liability decision, they have the right to raise your rates because you're partially at fault. Generally, that's where it comes from, is if you experience, rate increases, it's because you're either at fault 50, or partially 50, at fault.
Right.
So, but and I explain that to them, and I know in New Mexico, there are times where my clients say, "Hey, I think my rates went up," and I tell them you have to go dig in, find out why, because if it's just a standard cost
and
of
also
living
shop around, you're not stuck or married.
Yeah, no, not at all. Just be mindful. Just really be mindful of the top tier, mid tier, low tier carriers and what you're getting, because not all insurance carriers are created equal.
In your opinion, when the plaintiff and then the at fault party, the adverse driver, if they have the same insurance, is that helpful, not helpful, or does it really matter?
For me, I don't think it really matters. What I have an issue with is when they assign the same adjuster. So at that, when I see the same adjuster on both sides, I'm absolutely not. This is a conflict right out the door. You go. So, I mean, I've had State Farm on both sides. I've had Geico on both sides. I've had Progressive. It hasn't really been an issue. It just becomes an issue when they try to assign the same adjuster to handle both the first and third party. I'm like, that's a clear conflict. Anybody could see that. Right.
Okay, so my question, and I know Justin's flagging us that we have just a little bit of time left, but straight from you to any car accident victims out there, I guess, like obviously we know it's challenging. It's a hardship that you're placed in that you didn't ask for. What advice do you have mentally, emotionally that, can help them get through this process?
That's a tough one because everyone's different. Everyone processes those traumas differently. So, I mean, you might have a low impact that could someone could be having a bad day already, and a low impact collision could send them spiraling. So my advice is to just take a moment and breathe. Check, as the stereotypical, check yourself, check your car, check everyone around you, pull off to the side, but take a moment to process it for yourself. And, just take that moment and then go about the steps. I mean, sometimes I get clients that, they will think they can handle it on their own. And then they come to me and
my insurance is taking care of it.
Yeah. And that's fine. But then they realize that there are a lot more intricacies that are involved instead of just hey, I've got a dent in my bumper, just pay for the car. So I think all that to say, the advice is just to really take a moment, make sure that you're okay, and just take a moment to process it, to breathe. It's a hiccup, but it doesn't have to be so prolonged, and it doesn't have to derail everything that may come with it. It's a frustrating process. Speaking from experience, it's frustrating. It's nerve-wracking because we tend to want things done very, very quickly, and that's just not how it works. We got to do phone calls. We got to do this. There's policies and procedures, and just to be patient, even when you feel like you can't. You just gotta trust your instincts, trust the attorney that you hire, whoever that may be, and trust that they know what's best for you and to guide you in the right direction.
And then when it comes to looking and hiring, a personal injury attorney, what are some of the things that people should look out for? Or
That's a
look
loaded
into?
question. God, Christina, that's a loaded question.
I'm extending my time for you. But I just, like, especially for us, because we're non-lawyers, right? The whole, for call Christina now, don't call Christina later, call Christina now. Our existence is based on that. Is that, hey, you're stressed, and we don't want you to just hire a firm based on this amazing, expensive ad. We want to arm you with finding the right lawyer. So what are some of the things to look for? Key things.
I think that's a hard one.
Especially because reviews now, sometimes they're fake.
That's true. I think it's hard to really pinpoint what to look for. I would say really based on your intuition. If you were to meet with someone and you're like your spidey senses are going off, our bodies usually tell us when something's off. Do your research. I mean, it is something that you have to deal with very quickly and get moving very quickly, but not so quickly that you might make a choice that you later on want to change. Mm-hmm. So I think really it's just do your research.
Trust your gut.
And then, if you're not, I know for me, when I have to make decisions like that is if I'm not comfortable, really, if I've got too many red flags going off inside and alarm bells are ringing, it's more like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'll see myself out now.
Yeah.
But I think it's really take the time to do your research. We have a lot of good attorneys here in Arizona. We have a lot of good attorneys in New Mexico. A lot of them are multi-licensed. So I think it's really about, make sure you trust your gut and make sure you're comfortable. Because just worldwide in any industry, there are bad actors. There are people who are not in it for what they say they are for. And that's important.
Yeah. But you're right, though. Like, a lot of us forget we're gifted.
That might get me in trouble.
We're gifted with the gut.
Yeah.
Like, intuition and the sixth sense, but we don't use it. I'm part of that. So to take the time and process it. But as far as like posting accidents online, how people are always positive about things like, oh, I'm glad that we're okay, we're safe, and then post all their photos. I want you to tell everyone how you feel about that.
No, absolutely not. My clients, I tell them in consults, in follow-ups, in rep letters, in welcome to the firm letters, my recommendation is do not post until it's resolved because there's always a chance of litigation. Mm-hmm. And a lot of that stuff becomes discoverable. So if you're posting, we have the accident, we this and that. But then, a month later, you're like, I'm doing great and I'm bungee jumping and you end up going to litigation on whatever claims, it can present an issue. Mm-hmm. My position is if you're in an accident, don't post on social media. Just if you want to and you need to later.
Keyword.
Don't. After it's fully resolved. And I say fully resolved as in it's been settled, you've gotten whatever compensation or you've gone to court and mediation, arbitration, whatever it is, you hold that grenade. Mm-hmm. And you throw that grenade later once it's resolved. That is my biggest recommendation. I did insurance defense for a little while, and so we would go pull those social media
There
posts.
you go, guys.
And
listen up.
We would use them and they would come in discovery. So plaintiff, I came back to plaintiff side. I couldn't do defense.
Yeah.
Couldn't do defense.
Well,
but,
we're happier on this side.
Yeah. So as far as posting on social media, I don't even talk about it.
Right.
Keep it with your spouse. You should be able to do that. Mm-hmm. And your attorney and
keep it with your pillow talk only, guys.
Yep, keep it with your pillow talk. Might make for some nice fun pillow talk. How's that neck feeling today?
Okay, and I know we're pretty much done, but I have 3 more things, and I promise I'll let you go. But you're firm, and you're about to pretty much be here now officially.
Yes. So
if you don't mind, just a few words of why you're different and why they should consider hiring you.
For me, I feel like I'm a little different because I've built it. I'm not the only one to say that. I have built my firm. But for me, I think it's because usually when you call, there's someone else that answers the phone. Mm-hmm. I'm the one that answers the phone. So my paralegal, we're fully remote. We find that works. So I am flexible most of the time when that number rings. And if it's a new client, I'm the one doing answering the phone. You get the attorney on the phone. I'm the only one that actually holds that phone. The paralegal doesn't have it. So I relay the information to her. So as far as intakes goes, as far as communication goes, I am 95% of the time the primary point of contact. My paralegal does what she's supposed to do in the background. So I make it a point to be very, very invested in my clients' cases. You know,
You take the time with your intake, I'm sure.
yeah,
It's not like
do it
5
right then.
minutes.
No, my intakes, while generally I will calendar for an hour, I'll sit on the phone as long as we need to. If I will answer every single question. At the end of that call, I go, hey, I know I've given you a lot of information. If something comes up and you forgot, call me back. We can do it again.
Right.
And so that's the biggest thing is that I'm the one that answers the phone. I know I'm not the only attorney running their firm that answers the phone, but for me, I feel like that makes a difference.
Yeah. That's part of your excellence.
It is. But I will admit to the downside of that is there are times where I may not be able to answer the phone and I may miss a case, and that's okay. But for me, it's I'm available. I make a point to, be fully transparent within reason, of course. I keep my clients updated. We work through property damage just like other firms do. But I really make it a point to let my clients know, hey, look, here's the good, here's the bad, here's the ugly. You tell me which way we're going and let's go.
Wow.
And it's worked. And I feel like that's what kind of sets me apart is that I'm a working mom. I understand treatment. I understand that. Again, I'm not the only one out here. But for me, I think the focus on our core values and being very client-centric and client-focused is what, what assists.
And I want you to share how to find you, phone number, email, anything.
So,
and we'll share it too. But
so LazoyaLawAZ.com is my email address and web address. Very important to add the AZ on the back of that because there is another Lozoya Law out of California, but that's not me. So if you type in Lozoya Law and you don't add the AZ, you won't find me. Otherwise, I do have an Instagram. I don't post anything. Sorry, guys. I don't really. I just scroll. I lurk. I watch Christina's podcast. I just lurk. It's my decompress
Hey, at least
time.
she likes and comments too.
I do. So I can be reached. Phone number 602-814-4064. That is also text capable as well. So other than that, just call me on the phone.
There you go. She's available.
And I have one more shameless plug. My paralegal, she has her own paralegal services business as well. Keeping It Legal, I think KILPS, Keeping It Legal Paralegal Services. So she's not on social media. She just doesn't do social media.
Is she here?
She's here. She lives in the East Valley, so she's fully remote. But she does have her own, like I said, shameless plug. She's my favorite. I love her to death. We've worked at like 3 different firms together over the last 10 years. And to be honest, she has
Bring her to my birthday party.
She's gonna be there.
Yay!
She's gonna be there. But to be honest, she is. She helped me start this firm without pay, and she's been with me since the beginning. So Keep It Legal Paralegal Services. I don't have her web address, but I will.
We'll plug it. We'll do what we can to highlight her and help her out. Maybe she'll come here too, So, but you're not off the hook. I'm sorry. I know we're way over, but it's 2025 now.
2025.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I know.
So, and maybe, your lovely kids, when they see this, it might be 2035. So I'm just saying.
10 years? You're going to take 10 years to post this?
No, he's on it. But I'm saying that it's something that's going to be on the interweb permanently. And it's something that they can come back to. So I want you to leave a message to your husband and to your 2 babies. Then you're off the hook.
Okay. To my husband, I am so appreciative of how much support you have given to me. I am proud of the accomplishments you have made in your personal life, not just with us as family. And I love you so much that I don't know how far I could have gotten without you. To my babies, my nugget, my Danielle, you are the funniest little nugget in the world. You are amazing at gymnastics, and I love your quirky personality. I sometimes wonder how I can still be your mom because you just bring that much joy to my life. And to my pumpkin, Briseis, that's the one you met. I just want to say thank you for being my little pumpkin. I enjoy spending time. I enjoy you coming into my office and asking if you can help work and do things. And so I am proud of the young woman you are becoming. And it makes me cry that we're talking about driving already, but I love you and I could not ask for a better daughter, big daughter, little daughter, and I could not have asked for a better husband.
Can't forget about mom.
And to my mom, if she ever sees this, she's probably going to cry. You were and are my biggest supporter. You are my biggest example of perseverance. I believe you are the definition of perseverance because of what we went through in our life. And I want to thank you for showing me what perseverance looks like. And that even in the darkest moments, you never gave up. You kept pushing on. And I love you and I thank you.
There you go. Thank you for taking time and being here with me finally.
Thank you for having me. I know we keep talking about it. It's like those reels you see, like trying to schedule lunch. Well, I'm free on this day. Well, how about 2027?
Yep.
I appreciate
It's
it. You're one of my
adulting.
favorite people, and I love it. And the pink is my favorite color.
Well, this has been amazing. Thank you for sharing your story, really. And
Thank
I
you
can't
for
wait to see
having
you
me.
soon, for sure. Till next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.